You want to create artworks like this? Or just starting your digital art journey? Here are 10 tips that you should know. There are multiple brushes all over the internet, and people tend to get confused which brush they should use and run after what other artists are using. Obviously, it's very important to take notes from other artists and use their brushes in particular styles, but it's also important to try different brushes and find the one that you're more comfortable with. Also, you actually don't need too many brushes. Take advantage of the pressure sensitivity and vary the thickness, opacity and flow of the brush strokes. You can adjust the parameters, the angle, textures, etc. Reference study is very important for understanding fundamental principles such as anatomy, perspective, lightings, etc. Trace over your reference and divide them into simple shapes. Observe your reference how each body part changes according to the pose. You can also understand lighting and how it reflects. Our light source is from here, and see how it's reflecting over the face, hairs, on the car, hands and clothes. You can also see the light is reflecting at the back of the seat. The lights are reflecting on the clothes and in between the fingers. Try not to create this chicken strokes or whatever it's called, as it creates more confusion later on. Just create some confident strokes without complicating and creating more detail. Instead of starting with a blank canvas, try to create your background before creating your foreground. Like add your textures, images on your workspace. It will help as a base for your foreground and you can change accordingly. Now in this video, I'm not going to talk about compositions a lot. I'm just going to talk about the triangles. Triangle is basically used to create a sense of hierarchy and to create a focal point where the whole focus is on the character. Like here you can see she is the main focus and how the second character supports the main focal point. Of course, composition is about a lot of things. Now see how the lines are straight with their corresponding curves. Most of the artists uses triangle compositions in their artworks and lines and curves to create a more dynamic artwork. Color isn't just for aesthetics, but color creates the mood, emotion and perceptions. The whole scene or the artwork will go according to the color you choose. Different colors have different emotions and motives, and which actually conveys the story and the emotions to the viewers. Gray shading is basically creating your character, environment or costumes and shading it like charcoal shading, which is basically black and white shading. I saw this technique used by Lotus Bubble, which is actually very intriguing. It helps by not overcomplicating the shadows and lightings. Use your lasso tool to paint in shapes with defined edges. This will create a clean look. Blending modes are actually powerful filter tools. Experimenting with the blending modes such as the overlay, multiply, screen, etc. can create a very interesting look. And like when you are going to create a shadow effect, give the blending mode to multiply. When you're trying to change the lighting, you can create another layer and change the blending mode. Create different types of light effects and compositions. Clipping mask basically works like your lasso tool, but you don't need to select repeatedly like you have to do in lasso tools. You just need to create the base color of your character, and now you can color anywhere and it will not affect your background. But it is important to create a base color, because if you clip it on the line art layer, you can change it if you want to. If you want your line art to be in a red color, you can do that. So this is it. If you want videos on particular topics, you can comment down below and I will definitely try to explain it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe.